Well, okay, so she's crazy and a murderer, or she's not crazy, or she is crazy.
She's
but
crazy
not a
no matter
murderer.
what. But the question is she the murderer? Since her fingerprints were found everywhere and she said, I will kill everyone?
Probably.
Right?
Or is it Rudy because he's a jerk?
Is it different every time, or is it always her?
Or is it Henry because he...
Because that makes no sense, actually.
So it must be the thing that makes no sense.
Well, it would be weird because he's the one that, like, is leaving his will to leaving his money to someone. Why would he kill everyone? He's trying to, like, leave money to if he's going to die.
Well, Sir Watts' theory was that it was because he really did want to leave all of his money to his cats.
Well, I haven't seen any cats.
Well, maybe he wanted to leave it to his only lover, the horse.
And the parrot.
And the parrot. Oh, we haven't talked to the parrot yet. Let's go feed him a cracker. What's wrong with that?
Look,
That's fine.
Jonathan doesn't
Look,
understand
we already figured it
the
out.
relationship between the parrot and...
Yes.
Who is it?
It was Lillian.
I don't know.
She's the blue flapper, right?
Yeah.
No, this is the blue flapper.
Sleep tight, my pretties.
What, the parrot is the blue flapper?
Okay,
or
so
more?
that's just telling us that the dead bodies are in the basement.
Right, which we already figured out because we went down there. But that's
Where's
kinda...
Uncle Henry?
Yeah, let's go to the room where he usually is and go tell him about crazy old Maurice.
Crazy old Lisa Simpson.
Lisa
If he knew
Thurman.
Lillian was crazy, he wouldn't have said
Crazy
the
old
things
Lisa
he
Thurman.
said to her, though.
There. Okay, so let's tell about Lillian. She's your friend. What do I care?
Tell about dead bodies.
Because everyone has been dying. So what? Wow, he really doesn't care.
Ask about Will.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I was just seeing, ask about Will. Who's Will?
How would I know? Ask about inheritance.
Ask about money.
Ask
This
about
game does not
butts.
understand money.
But it does understand turtles. So
where's
that's
the
important.
That's the real mystery. Uh-oh. Rudy's doing something.
Rudy is just standing there indiscriminate.
I keep saying Rudy that way because there's no other way you can say the word Rudy.
Rudy. Oh, he's
Rudy.
praying. Oh, he's looking
Rudy.
under the bed. Look at Rudy.
He appears to be frantically searching for something in your room. He seems very upset.
He's lost his...
Ask about
Lillian?
Lillian? Leave me alone. I'm busy right now.
That just means you need to look
Let's
under
ask
the bed.
about Gertie.
Wait, stop. Look under the bed.
Look under bed. I'm going to help you, Rudy, and then we'll be friends. There's only dust under the bed in the wind.
What's he looking for?
I don't know.
Ask Rudy what he's looking for.
Ask about what
This is not going to
you're
go well.
looking for. This game does not understand your.
That's because you didn't
You're
use
a
an
communist.
apostrophe.
You're a communist fool, Rudy.
Well, follow him.
Well, now he's gone. Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
What?
He's gone.
Check the bathroom, boys. Blood crimes. Oh.
Let's look in the wastebasket.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jeeves.
Oh,
The bottle's
jeez.
still in there, but we don't care.
The bottle ship.
You know what? After all this murder, Laura really just needs to use the
No.
toilet.
Oh, I thought you were gonna shower.
No, I've already
I was
done
like,
that.
no, then you'll just be
There's been a dead Clarence in the bathroom. Do you think this was Leisure Suit Larry again?
I don't understand. Never mind. I'm not even gonna complete that thought. At least we gotta watch her wash her hands.
Try saying that 10 times fast.
Wash her hands. Wash her hands. I can't.
Watch her wash her hands. There we
Lisa's not Leisure Suit Larry. I thought that's what you wanted us to say.
go.
Okay.
10 times fast.
So, Rudy was looking for something.
All right, Lillian's playing with her dolls, and
Lillian's
Henry's
playing with
up.
dolls and
So we
Henry's
know
in
where
his
everyone
room.
is. So what do we discover now?
Go stab him.
But the dagger's missing. Did someone get stabbed?
Yeah, Clarence already got stabbed. The Derringer is missing. We need to find
The gun is missing.
The gun is missing. Whoever shot the girl has the gun.
Ladies, empty your purses. Matt, gentlemen,
Empty your pockets.
empty your
Turn out
pockets.
your pockets.
Turn out your pockets. That's
There
right.
we
Oh,
go.
that's right. This cook is also hiding.
Right.
We forgot about her.
We had forgot about the cook. There's no answer. Does that mean the cook is dead?
Maybe open the door. But you
that's
like
actually-
were trying to run away. I don't really know why.
It's locked.
Her wishy-washy.
We want to
hands?
watch her wash her wishy-washy hands.
Now that's a mouthful.
Thanks, Sir Watts. Yeah, that redeems you from that bad joke from earlier.
Congratulations, you've broken even. Okay, we're back. We had to restore like way earlier in the game before Ethel died and like run through super quick with a walkthrough. But now
It was a run through.
It was a run through. But now we're back.
Very boring.
I'm going to feed a cracker to Paul. It was so long that our recording stopped on the other computer. Let's see what Paulie says.
It was so long.
Gotta get the gun. Get the gun.
Someone's getting a gun.
Someone's getting a gun. Annie got her gun. I bet Annie got her gun.
I have my fingers crossed right now.
My God's the door! This is what I was waiting for. Was the stupid dog is at the door and there's a note. Oh my gosh, Beauregard is agitated about something. Maybe he's agitated because this trigger didn't happen.
Pet the dog first.
Pet him?
No, then he won't be agitated.
Good boy, you finally did what you're supposed to in this game. He's not in a good mood.
Oh, that's too bad.
Stop petting that dog.
What did Sir Watt say?
He said the player told us not to say anything funny. So everybody on YouTube, you didn't miss anything.
That's right. He's like, don't say anything funny.
You can imagine what all the things that are in chat right now on the screen, what that meant. Read the note. It says, "Meet me in the hedge garden."
Oh no! A sudden gust of wind blows away the note.
Winnie, winnie, woo. So I think now we're going to have a tryst with Rudy in the hedge garden.
Maybe it was blown away before, and that was the glitch.
It just blew away, so we could never read it.
Yeah.
But there's nobody meeting us. Gotcha. Nobody. All right, you ready for the hedge garden? You ready to go make out with Rudy or whatever?
I'm not making out with Clark.
Here we go. Dun dun dun! Look who's dead.
It's Lillian.
I told you the whole time.
No, you
That
said
she
Lillian
died?
was the murderer.
Yeah, that she would die because she murdered herself.
She murdered
Called
herself.
suicide.
This
No,
game
it's
doesn't
called-
understand suicide.
It's called
remember?
Yeah, exactly. It's self-murder.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
No, somebody shot her. Let's examine her real quick.
Real quick. Real quick.
Lillian died of a gunshot wound to the chest at point-blank range.
Yeah, I don't think that was,
Also, for some reason, she's dressed in an old army officer cape, hat, glove, and boots.
She's Carmen Sandiego.
She's Carmen Sandiego
so
this
I
whole
think
time.
she killed people and someone killed her. That's what I think.
See, I told you she did it.
But I don't know. Jeff thinks it's one person, but I don't know.
I told you
Well,
I
it
didn't
was
do
one
it.
person until Lillian died.
So Lillian killed everyone and then someone killed Lillian?
I think
horse.
so. Someone who... It was the horse.
So it was either her uncle or Rudy, but I don't think...
Those are the only two left.
But why would Rudy kill Lillian? I guess maybe to get the inheritance.
I bet. Like everybody else died. Because he was looking for something up in
He was
the
looking
room.
for something in her room.
And probably found her diary.
And he was like, uh-oh, she's killing everyone. I better take care of her before she gets me, too. And then...
See, I solved it.
There you
Good
go.
job there, Buttons.
Hooray,
You're
good job,
welcome.
Buttons.
The clown.
That
All
dog
right.
is so mad.
We hear scuffling upstairs, guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, here's the thing. There's only two people left.
Well, do you have a weapon?
I got a gun. I better load it.
Where did you get the gun?
The gun was laying beside Lillian while you guys
Okay,
were
load the gun. Okay.
talking about stuff. But first, here's that doctor's bag I was talking about for forever.
Oh.
Look at bag. Someone's left the
The
doctor's
cook
bag.
died yet? Yes, the cook died yet?
No, the
cook's
cook
like,
is praying. I guess
cook-
the cook's still around. Maybe the cook did it.
Ah. Hello?
Maybe
She's
the
an unlikely suspect.
Maybe the Bortler doored it.
No, the butler died a while ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jeeves.
Someone's been searching quickly through the doctor's bag, and the elevator is upstairs. So we've
So
got
should
to
we go
run up to the
upstairs?
attic. And the door's open. All right. Are you guys
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
ready? This is the end of the game.
You're going to be a murderer now?
Oh, I'm going to be cool.
Whoa.
Oh no! Colonel Dijon and Rudy are in the midst of a fierce struggle. You see a hypodermic needle between them, and it's impossible to tell which of the two men is the aggressor. This is indeed a dangerous
Shoot
Look,
both
Rudy's
of
just
them.
diabetic, and Uncle Henry's trying to give him some
Just
insulin.
shoot Rudy twice.
Yeah, shoot Rudy.
I do want to say there is a bad ending to this game and a good ending to this
Oh.
game. The bad ending, I'm just going to say what the bad ending is because I don't want to watch it. Is if you sit here and do nothing, then Rudy ends up killing Henry and is like, oh, Henry killed everyone, but I killed him just in time. Now get out of here. I've got a lot of money to spend. And then Laura Bowe's like, something feels wrong. I don't know if I was very good at this game. And then it ends.
At this game.
Or, whatever.
You know, life, whatever.
But-
in her,
but instead-
like,
At
socialized
detecting.
life.
But instead, if we shoot Rudy, then we get the good ending.
Yes.
Kabam! He's wounded.
Not dead, so
Shoot
you're
him
not
twice.
a murderer. Shoot him in the head.
Shoot him with a hammer.
Oh, what?
Shoot
Look at him walking like some kind of fiend.
Well, thank you, young lady. Laura, That was some mighty fine shooting for a gal.
And you said you didn't care about anything.
I
Misogynistic.
guess that's 1920s. Guess you're my life, don't I? While my nephew's trying to kill me with poison one of Wilbur's hypodermic needles. I can't click past.
Weird, like, Louisiana
it's
music.
terrible what's been happening here
Terrible.
tonight. I invite everyone up here to tell me about my will, and they end up killing each other over it. I do say.
I declare, I say that
everyone
is.
Because
Truthfully, I was keeping my eye on everyone in the house tonight, or so I thought. I didn't see any of the murders. It wasn't until I met Rudy in my bedroom they told me what had happened. I couldn't believe it. Well, we've got a limerick, too, about Lillian in a second. We told me that my niece, Lillian, had finally got totally berserk and out of a crazy jealousy was killing everyone she thought had gotten between her and me.
Okay.
I guarantee. I love this, like, pseudo-southern, like,
I know,
old
this music
Dixie.
and
She
weird,
managed
like,
to just about murder
weird.
everyone. Until she attacked Rudy with my Derringer. Rudy managed to wrestle the gun from her and in self-defense kill her instead. My nephew, seeing as everyone else was already dead, decided to finish the job by killing me with a hypodermic needle and said died of a heart attack induced by the terrible deeds my niece had done.
What?
Here's the thing, though.
Except that's not what he would have said, right? He would have said it was Uncle Henry.
I can't stand much more of this, Laura. Please find Celie. Tell her to fire one of the signal rockets we use to summon help in emergencies.
Why'd you do that hours
Why?
earlier?
Because here's the thing. It's just Henry, Laura, and Celie left.
Yep.
So can't they just get off the island themselves?
No, we had the police boat had show
I
up.
forgot that Rudy
Us-
wasn't dead.
I somehow
The
knew
police
that-
boat came by. It was next to that brothel.
You've been loyal serving me many years, Celie, and both Beauregard and Blaze trust you. This is going like super fast because I turned the speed up for the run through. I decided to leave all my money to Celie, provided you could take care of my animals for the rest of their lives.
Doesn't say Celie, it's blank.
Of course, sir. I can't think of nothing else I'd rather do.
I didn't
Thank
see
you,
it.
sir.
There was
So Laura
no-
doesn't get anything?
Well, why would she? She's just the detective.
Miss Bo, I know you found
she
the
gets the
saved
jewels.
treasure on my
She gets
estate.
the jewels.
She gets the leather pouch so she can go marry Valenice.
Actually, she just gets the pouch and not
Since
the
you're
jewels.
so brave, I'll let you keep every dime of it for yourself as a reward. Thank you. Well, that's you.
Thank you, Colonel Lejeune. That's very kind of you.
I guarantee.
I'll guarantee.
You know,
What?
Beauregard, people are funny creatures. They're greedy, they're rude, they're selfish.
And pixelated.
And Colonel Lejeune looks like my grandpa. Like Grandpa Petty.
Grandpa, I was thinking Grandpa Parks.
Yeah, he is pretty petty.
So,
That's why we
between the
lived
two
way
of
out here
them,
to get away from them, but we couldn't something, not completely, but everything else will be okay now.
something.
The dog has no soul, he has no pupils in his eyes. The end. So that's the good ending.
Oh, good. Oh,
How good were we as a sleuth?
We were okay.
Oh, we missed like one thing. Although in the run through we might have missed more because I think we got more clues from Polly the first time around before it
Yeah.
glitched out. Here's your limerick about Lillian that Sir Watts wrote.
Here it comes.
There once was a lady named Lillian who was killed by a most heinous villain.
Boo.
There was soon little doubt that she had bled out. Then Rudy walked off with $1 million until we shot him.
right.
All right, let's look at our notes. Let's see what we missed.
Tulane.
We befriended Celie.
Because we gave her necklace back.
Yeah. We took a food item from the kitchen, Celie's cabin, and Jeeves' room. It was
Okay.
a bone, a carrot, and the crackers.
Cracker.
We took a useful item from Clarence Sparrow, Dr. Wilbur C.
And
Fields,
incomplete.
and someone else who I thought we searched all the bodies, but maybe not the second time through.
Yeah.
So some of these might be off because we had to replay half the game. People found murdered. We
Right.
found everybody who got killed, so that's nice.
It's so nice when you find everyone that's dead.
We found
It's
all.
always nice finding a
Good
dead body.
feeling inside.
We found all the secret entrances and exits: dining room, downstairs hallway, upstairs hallway, build
Blah, blah,
room, heads
blah,
garden,
blah,
blah blah blah, whatever. We used the crackers, crowbar, diary, oil can, and monocle more than once.
Nice.
Took an object from Lillian's suitcase. We found the pouch of jewels.
Yep.
Found the Bible.
Yep.
We didn't scrutinize everything we could have with a monocle. People had gambling habits. Rudy
I think you were
and
supposed
Clarence
to look at the
Wilbur.
cigar with the monocle, not just look at the cigar.
Maybe. The one that he was smoking?
Yeah.
Be like right in his face?
Yeah.
Gross. Clarence and Dr. Wilbur are guilty of embezzlement because they bought the racehorse. That was a red herring. The Colonel, Lillian, Clarence, and Fifi all had telltale scents.
Ooh, how sensitive.
Telltale games.
Ethel would not sell her land to Clarence. That was a very early red herring that everyone probably forgot about. Like you!
We all forgot.
So that did what? What?
Exactly. People romantically involved were the Colonel, Gloria,
Yeah.
Clarence, Jeeves, and Fifi. Not like all with everyone else on that list.
It was like a fivesome. It was fun.
And people not romantically involved. Rudy, sad face.
Oh.
Person wishing to end an affair. It wasn't an affair. I don't think
I know.
either
I
of them
think
were
they're
married.
using it as just
a
a
dalliance.
relationship.
Right.
A love affair.
Has an
But not
embarrassing.
Still.
We've never figured
Well, a
out.
love affair is not always with somebody who's
Yeah,
married.
Gloria has embarrassing medical history, but what was it?
I think Gloria used to be a man. If
She
you
had
look at her
warts on her
portrait,
butt.
she's got like an Adam's apple. Derringer Dagger, Cognac, and Doctor's Bag all changed location.
Yeah.
Most bodies were in the basement. Fifi was romantically involved with
But
everyone.
she isn't romantically involved if someone is sexually assaulting her.
Colonel Dijon, Rudy.
That's kind of
Clarence.
romantic.
Wait,
No,
Rudy's-
oh my gosh!
Rudy struggled physically? Clarence struggled physically?
Like what? Did they have a limp?
I don't know. Maybe Fifi was struggling physically because she looked like a man.
I don't understand.
I thought it would work because you looked
Was
kind
his
of like a
surprising
man.
secret the fact he could
Taxi!
walk?
I think so.
Okay.
Colonel Dijon and Lillian both used secret patches, and Lillian murdered the most people. That is our killer, ladies and gentlemen. First time we went to the attic was 9:45.
How bizarre.
That's nice. Is that
That's
it? I guess
it.
that's it. So here's the thing I wanted to say real quick. There is a spoiler in Hoyle Book of Games Volume 3, which we played earlier for the bingo thing, because it lists Lillian in the bad guys list, like that you can pick to play against. So I'm like, thanks for the spoiler, Hoyle.
Right.
So
That's funny.
Oh, didn't she? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good thing I forgot about that.
yeah. So anyway,
I'm trying to see on here.
right. So while
It missed the ultimate location of most bodies. You didn't list that, did it?
yeah, it was the basement.
Oh,
it said
it did.
that.
I just
The only
wasn't
thing
paying
I
attention.
missed was I didn't take the object from somebody's body, and there was something I didn't examine.
So it was the
closely.
cigar butt.
Yeah, it's Sir Watts is listing it now.
Oh, he is. He's looking at probably the same
I don't.
thing.
Those are the only two things I'm missing. I'm going to scroll through real quick. But so the Colonel's Bequest, like I said, is interesting because it's not really an adventure game like a King's Quest or a Space Quest. It's less inventory puzzles and more just observing things. And because at the end of the
Yeah.
game, like if you don't find all the
Also,
clues,
Rudy had a gambling habit.
right? I did get that. At the end of the game, like if you don't figure out that Lillian was crazy and with the tally marks and the diary and all of that, you probably could come to the conclusion yourself that maybe Rudy killed everybody,
Yeah.
or maybe the Colonel did, you know, because Rudy, if you don't shoot Rudy, he spins the story about how the Colonel actually killed everybody,
Right. Well, someone did a review of this. It's really interesting.
right? So
It said, a good paraphrase to end this mess of a review is from none other than Johnny Rotten. Did you ever get the feeling that you've been cheated? The Colonel's Regress has so much promise, but at the end you have to wonder why Roberta did not put even the slightest amount of effort into the story and characters.
wow.
Yeah, thankfully though, Henry's Mansion is very fun to explore, and if you can suspend your anger at the lazily written story, you might just think that the Colonel's Bequest is one of Sarah's best adventure games.
Well, to be fair, I mean, everyone was a stereotype.
Right.
Except for no, everyone was pretty much a stereotype.
See, and here's the plot logic, which I was actually mentioned a couple of times. Lara and Lillian are supposed to be close friends, but Lara doesn't react at all to Lillian's mental illness, and Lillian doesn't confide in Lara at all.
Right. See, I think that, I don't know if they're close friends or if they were just like roomies or something, and they're just like, hey, you want to do a thing?
Right. Well, and the fact that, like, Lillian's the only character you actually would feel pity for. Everyone else is kind of loudish and unlikable, and then the fact that Roberta made her the killer
Right.
was kind of...
Right. Well, it's either that or kill her off.
Well, which she did anyway.
Right. So it was you're screwed both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Colonel's Bequest. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
What do you
She
think?
was the least likely subject, which is why I think Roberta made her the killer.
I guess.
But then didn't want her to actually... Like, from writing murder mysteries myself, like, it's funny because people either want you to have the obvious suspect
be
the obvious suspect and then have it be the killer, but like try to like lead you away from that, so then when it is the most obvious one, then you're like, oh, it really was the most obvious one, but then you try to fool them.
Right.
Or your other choice is someone that's not obvious at all, but you have to somehow like make them at least kind of be able to
Right.
track it down, and so it's kind of this like toss-up.
Well, and the red herrings also like dropped out really quick. Like
They did because the people died, right?
Well, yeah,
And
it was like after Act 3, like they were starting to point a little bit towards Clarence in like the first like 2 or 3 acts, but then there was no doubts.
What about, well, and here's something that I think they could have done better is those fingerprints that never like said, these are the same fingerprints we're finding in all the stuff.
Right.
It literally was like, here's a fingerprint.
And you
here's a fingerprint. And you're like, are they the same fingerprints? Are they different fingerprints? They didn't say anything about like the fact that they were the same fingerprints, because then you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
It may be the same person. So,
But who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, because it didn't have that much description in it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Deja Vu for the NES is a game like this. Tim recommends.
Yeah. I think I told you about that recently, didn't I?
You might have.
See,
I told you about it before, but they actually have it on Steam, and they have like the PC version
Gotcha.
that are slightly different with better
So it
graphics.
doesn't have all the swears in it.
The Dagger of Amun-Ra was better written.
Well, we will find out some point in the future, because I do want to play it eventually.
Yeah.
But for now... Yeah.
This is more of a puzzle game, like be in the
This
right
was a
place at the
typical
right
early
time.
Sierra game.
No, it wasn't even
I don't think
that.
it was typical. I mean, typical, there was like certain things. You could go through this game, like Jeff was saying, and miss stuff. Like at the end, I think that's what the notebook was like. Here's all the stuff you saw.
The notebook is like the replayability factor. Like, if you see stuff in there that was incomplete, you want to play the game again and figure it out.
Yeah, and be like, oh, what did I miss? What was happening or whatever.
Right.
But I think it could have been... I mean, obviously, the fact that he's like, I am going to leave you all my money, and
Yeah, that was
that
was a pretty obvious plot hook right at the beginning.
And then
the only time you really heard people talking to each other in more than like those spying conversations was at the table at the beginning. And even then, they were like, "Oh, that crazy old coot! What are you going to do with your money? My money? What are you going to do with your money?" And then Lillian's like, "I've had it." Like, oh, good. We learned a lot about these people.
Right. Well, I mean, they could have done a little bit more character plot in the fact that, like, they could have explained what Henry actually felt towards Lillian and why she thought, even though she was crazy,
Right.
clearly there was some kindness that he showed to her. Otherwise, she wouldn't have felt that way. I mean, I doubt he was like that super grumpy person all the time.
So sounds like we need to go find some fanfic.
Yeah, Colonel's Bequest fanfic.
I'm sure it's out there.
The Colonel's
The problem
wife
is
was killed by video games.
Yeah. What? Who was Sarah? Like
right,
that.
like was she dead? Was she not dead?
That's
it was
why
just like, here's some random bits of
I
information
thought that
about
Sarah
this.
might have been the Colonel's wife, because there was also like that rose garden that was like, the Colonel definitely didn't build this, and Sarah apparently wasn't dead. But
Right, because she's not in the Bible.
She was estranged.
I feel like it was watered down to the
Sarah was really
absolute-
silly.
Yeah.
That's why he left all the money to her.
there we go.
Now that, see, and if that would have been more interesting, right?
Shacking
That would
up
have
with
been
the
a
maid.
scandal,
He'd
but
be Thomas
no, it wouldn't
Jefferson
make
or
any
whatever.
sense. But the plot, the
Thomas
problem I have with
Jefferson.
it is that the plot was literally, here's like the scenes you spied on were literally like, here's the base amount of information to throw red herrings at you.
Yeah,
and
it was
that
almost all
it.
exposition. Like I loved when you spied on Clarence and the doctor, and they were like, "Oh, why did we buy that horse for this $100 grand? Oh, well, it broke its leg, as you know."
Right. Well, and I don't. Well, and Tim says
then,
basically make the game twice as long with a bunch more backstory, but I don't think so. In a good murder mystery, you find out the backstory without it being hammered over your head.
Right. Well, it was like the one scene near the beginning when Gloria goes in and talks to the doctor and is like, she runs in there, is like, "You better not tell anyone about my medical secret that hasn't been relevant for, 15 years. And the doctor's like, "Okay, I won't." And Gloria's like, "Fine," and then walks out of the room.
And then what was her medical condition?
We don't know.
She had warts on her bottom.
She
No,
had
we don't
told
know.
you.
No, it was a lot of red herrings, but you can still throw red herrings by having like relevant conversations that aren't so blatantly exposition and red herrings.
Well, here's your trophy, Roberta Williams, for totally understanding murder mysteries.
Well, the only reason I can say, not the only reason, but
At
I feel
least
like
she
I'm-
ran a successful company.
Well,
That was Ken Williams.
I was like, what? I don't think it had anything to do with her storytelling, especially with murder mystery.
Ooh.
You did find Laura Bow fanfic?
So Sir Watts found Laura Bow fanfic, came across Murder in 17 Syllables, a Laura Bow mystery. The events of
my
the first Laura Bow
goodness.
game, The Colonel's Bequest, as presented in a series of original haiku divided into 3 volumes.
Of course he would find that.
And it's haiku.
At least it's not in limericks.
While he's looking at
If it
haiku...
was limericks, I would like
Okay,
just
Sir
feel like
Watts.
the universe had
Sir
somehow
Watts,
like played into
your
our
new
hands.
purpose in life, Sir Watts, is to transform all those haikus into limericks and then read it back to us.
That's not going to happen. But do you have any thoughts on Colonel's Bequest, Doodler, before we go to Doodles?
Before we look at your...
Definitely a game.
It was.
Do you want to say anything about the art style? Because there were some things that you said you liked.
Yeah, there was like... I'll talk about the art with the doodles, man.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that was his...
All right. Well,
his deal on
we've been
that.
streaming for like 5 hours, but I know we're going to
gosh.
cut out like an hour and a half of it. So thanks for watching the Colonel's Bequest, guys.
Yeah, if you want to see better murder mystery, go watch
Poison-
Murder on the Orient Express. Don't go to Poison Ivy Mysteries.
don't.
The
With
website's
Kenneth
defunct.
Branagh.
Yep, go watch Murder in the New York Sprint. That's whatever. That
Watch
movie.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Go watch Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Thanks for watching.
That one is a murder mystery.
Too late.
Yeah. Too late. Hints.
Wait, we have hints. Always search on and around the bodies.
Duh.
If you find an object concealed location, attempt to discover who it belongs to. Some portion. Oh, it just gives you hints for the like couple things that you missed. All right. Thanks for watching.